We know that most institutions and organisations still use a lot of paper-based records when completing forms, whether those forms are tick sheets to detail that the weekly fire alarm checks are done or to report an accident or a near miss. With our grid forms you can gather information easily and intuitively, report on the results, make sure that the right questions are being asked, and create alerts that are triggered by answers. All this by converting your paper-based forms to these electronic grid forms. In this video, I'll show you how to create a grid form. A grid form is an electronic version of your paper sign-off or templates that you use when providing information to someone or a department. It could be self-service and completed on an ad hoc basis, or it could alert users to complete them on a schedule. It's up to you. In this example, I'll create a form so that when the weekly emergency lights check takes place, it's recorded and any issues are highlighted immediately. In Compliance Tasks, click on Manage and then click Forms. All of our existing forms live here, so you can edit any existing forms by clicking on the one you want to edit. Scroll down and you'll see where you can create a new one. Add a title, categorize your new form, and additional categories can be created in the Settings section. Once your form is created, click on it. Add some header text to help guide your colleagues through the form. It can also let them know about the legislation that governs the test or inspection. You can also add footer text if needed. Select Grid from the form type and then click Save. First of all, we need a category. Categories allow you to break up your form into sections if you have a large form. My form is relatively simple, so I'll just add one called the Emergency Lights Flick Test. Click Submit. Now your category has been created, we can add some columns. Add columns allows you to create columns that expect different types of answers. Multi-choice allows a user to select from your predefined options. Yes or no, as it suggests, adds a yes or no option. Drop-down select gives the user a list of options, and text input allows a user to type a response. I want to use multi-choice. Click Submit. Once submitted, we can now add the options. You can add as many options as you like, and in my case I just want a pass option and a fail option. We can also decide if we want the user to be able to select more than one option by choosing checkbox, or only one option by selecting radio. Click Save. Now would be a good time to preview our form, and we can do that by clicking Preview Form. You can see that our form is now coming together. Now in our categories we can add questions to our Flick Test category by clicking Emergency Lights Flick Test. Our academy is divided into 4 zones, so our first zone is Zone A. We type that into the box and click Submit. Once done, we can add alarms. I would like an email to be sent and a reactive task ticket to be generated when somebody selects Fail. We do this by adding an alarm. Select the column name that will trigger the alarm. In this case, it's Fail. Then click Next Step. This page will talk you through the process. Send an email alert to the users below if the question Zone A has the following answer. We've selected Fail. So now we choose who to email, and then we can select a reactive task profile, which will generate the reactive task ticket. Click Save. Creating more zones and setting more alarms is done by repeating the same process. Now that our form has been created, we can preview it a final time. If it all looks good, we can now add it to our compliance tasks so that this is generated on a weekly basis. Now whenever the form is completed and anything fails, we know that the correct people are notified and a reactive task ticket will be generated. And don't worry if all this seems like a massive undertaking. Our professional services team will be happy to help and even do all of this work on your behalf. Thank you very much for watching.